Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking the code on a topic that sits right at the very heart of real estate ownership. But let's be honest, it often feels like a giant bureaucratic maze. We're talking about navigating property records in Clayton County, Georgia. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, a seasoned investor, or just someone trying to untangle an inherited estate, mastering this process is an absolute superpower.
Think about this for a second. How safe is your home from deed fraud right this very minute? Did you know that property deeds are entirely public records? That means literally anyone can go and view your deed online. It's true. Every transaction, every mortgage, every single lien tied to a piece of dirt in Georgia is out there for the public to see. Understanding how to access these records isn't just about satisfying your curiosity. It is about protecting your biggest financial asset from bad actors, ensuring you have clean title, and saving yourself a massive headache down the line.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the power of property deeds. Then we'll get into preparing for your search. After that, we've got a step-by-step online guide, followed by in-person and historic searches. Then we'll hit some pro tips and troubleshooting and wrap things up with a summary and legal disclaimer. Section 1. The power of property deeds. Let's establish some basic ground rules, because without these foundational documents, ownership is really just a rumor. A property deed is a public document that officially proves ownership. It details exactly who bought the property, who sold it, and exactly how it changed hands. Crucially, it also lists any liens, meaning financial debts, or other legal claims attached to that real estate. If you ever want to know the true, unfiltered story of a property, the deed is your ultimate source of truth.
And look, this isn't just a bunch of dusty paperwork. You're going to need these records for very real, everyday scenarios. If you're refinancing a mortgage, the bank needs your deed. If a loved one passes away and you're stepping in to handle probate and estate administration, you have to pull the deeds. Title insurance underwriters rely on them constantly. They're mandatory for various court filings. And honestly, they're the only surefire way to resolve a boundary or title dispute with a neighbor. That's exactly why knowing how to get your hands on them is so vital.
Section 2. Preparing for your search. Now, before you start frantically clicking around the internet, you really need to gather 3 specific pieces of information to keep from getting lost in a sea of legal jargon. Step 1, identify the exact property address or the legal name of the owner. That could be the buyer, known as the grantee, or the seller, known as the grantor. Step 2, figure out the rough time period of the transaction. And step 3, decide what you actually need to walk away with today. Do you just need to read the document for free? Do you need to print a plain copy for your own files? Or do you need a legally certified copy, complete with the clerk's official seal for a court case or a closing attorney? Knowing exactly when a transaction took place is a total game changer. Why? Because in Clayton County, records are completely split by era. If the transaction happened after January 1st, 1999, you are in luck. It's all sitting in a seamless statewide digital system. If it happened between 1985 and 1999, it's on a local digital network. But if you're researching a historical conveyance from before 1985, well, you're going to be flipping through massive physical ledger books down at the Harold R. Bank Justice Center in Jonesboro. Section 3, Step-by-Step Online Guide. For the vast majority of you, the statewide digital system is where you'll be spending your time. It completely revolutionized how we do property searches in Georgia. It's run by the Georgia Superior Court Clerks Cooperative Authority, usually just called the GSCCA. Here is your exact workflow to navigate it. First, head over to account.gscca.org and create a profile. Searching the index itself is free, but to actually view the document images, you do need an account. Second, navigate over to the real estate index. Third, plug in your search terms. You can search by grantor, grantee, or even property details. Finally, and this is key, make sure you filter your results specifically for Clayton County. Otherwise, you'll get flooded with matching names from Atlanta to Savannah. Now, what's really interesting about this system is how you can completely customize your access based on how often you're researching. The GSCCA offers 3 distinct tiers. If you literally just need to look up a single deed right now, grab the single-use account for a flat $5. That gives you 4 full hours of access. If you're a real estate agent or an investor doing searches a few times a month, the regular tier at $14.95 is going to be your sweet spot. And for the heavy hitters out there, the premium tier at $29.95 unlocks some really advanced map searches. Just keep in mind, actually printing the images will always cost you an extra 50 cents a page, regardless of which tier you're on.
I do have a quick warning for the power users, though. The GSCCA absolutely does not mess around with bots. Their terms of service strictly prohibit any kind of automated screen scraping software to pull data. If they catch you using it, they will terminate your account immediately and they'll retroactively charge you for every single image your bot accessed. They also strictly cap your outstanding print charges based on how old your account is. For example, a brand new account under 3 months old will get frozen the second you rack up $50 in unpaid print fees. So play by the rules.
Section 4. In-person and historic searches. So what happens if your records are older or you specifically need a physical copy? Let's talk historic methods. For pre-1985 records, you're going to need to take a road trip to the Real Estate Division, which is located in room 1CL25 at the Harold R. Bank Justice Center, right on Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Once you're there, you'll be using their public terminals and navigating manual grantor-grantee indexes. It definitely takes a bit of patience, but the clerks are right there to point you in the right direction. Just remember, they can point the way, but they aren't allowed to actually do the legal research for you. If you're planning to order physical copies directly from the clerk's office, you need to be prepared for the fees and their very strict payment rules. If you walk in and print an unassisted copy yourself, it's 50 cents a page. If you want an assisted copy via mail, it's $1 a page, and you absolutely must include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Needed certified? That starts at $2.50 for the very first page, plus 50 cents for each additional page. But here is the most important takeaway for this process. They will not accept personal checks under any circumstances. You have to use cash, a money order, or a Visa or MasterCard. But wait, what if you need a certified copy today, like right now, and you just cannot drive to Jonesboro? I've got a brilliant shortcut for you. It's called eCert. Just go to ecert.gscca.org. You can actually purchase digital, self-validating, completely tamper-proof certified copies that carry the exact same legal weight as the paper versions. The system just emails you a secure link, and you can download it directly from your couch. It is a massive time saver. Section 5. Pro tips and troubleshooting. Let's level up your knowledge and look at a few ways to keep yourself out of trouble. If you're actually filing a new deed yourself, you've got to be incredibly careful. Georgia has some very strict statutory formatting rules, specifically OCGA 44-2-14. The most common reasons the clerk will outright reject your document are pretty simple but easily missed. Things like forgetting to file the PT-61 transfer tax form online beforehand, failing to have exactly 2 witnesses plus a notary present when signing, or just messing up the paper format. It literally has to be on standard 8.5 by 11-inch paper, and you have to leave a massive 2 to 3-inch margin at the very top of the first page so the clerk has room for their official stamp. Now, remember at the beginning when I asked how safe your home is from deed fraud? Well, here is your armor. It's called FANS, the Fraud Alert Notification System. And the best part? It is a completely free opt-in service. Just go to fans.gsccorg.org and register your name and your property address. The system will constantly monitor statewide filings in the background. If someone tries to record a fake deed or slap a fraudulent lien on your property, FANS instantly shoots you a text or an email. It gives you the absolutely crucial early warning you need to shut down fraud before it completely ruins your title. If you live in Georgia, you should pause this and go sign up for it today. And I've got one more insider tip that'll save you both time and money. Before you pay to search the GSCCA index, jump over to the completely free Clayton County Tax Assessor's online portal. You can search any property address there, and their tax cards will almost always display the current owner's most recently recorded deed book and page number. Once you have those exact numbers, you can go straight back to the GSCCA, plug them in, and find your exact deed instantly. It totally eliminates the need for doing a broad, messy, and potentially expensive name search. Section 6. Summary and legal disclaimer. We've covered a tremendous amount of ground today, so let's quickly lock in what you've learned. You now have a complete toolkit for managing Clayton County real estate records. Step 1. Start at the GSCCA website for anything filed after 1999. Step 2. If it's older than 1985, grab your keys and head down to Tara Boulevard. Step 3. Stop wasting time driving for certified copies. Use the eCert portal instead. And Step 4. Protect your property by registering for FANS immediately. One final, absolutely vital note before we wrap up. Under Georgia law, specifically OCGA Section 151951, the clerk of court cannot provide you with legal advice. They can help you find a document, sure, but they cannot tell you what that document means or how it impacts your legal rights. Likewise, this explainer is strictly for educational purposes. If you uncover a complex title issue, spot a strange lien, or suspect any kind of fraud, you really must consult a licensed real estate attorney to guide you through it legally.
But right now, you have the knowledge and the tools to navigate Clayton County's property records like an absolute pro. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Have you checked your property's history on the GSCCA index today? You might just be surprised at what you find. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy searching.